Okay, we're back right away. We just finished mission 6, and now we are on mission 7. I can't remember why, but for me this mission glitched a lot in the original game, and I remember there was a quirk with it for some reason. There was something you had to do to get this working. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was mission 7. Had a bug, and sometimes it wouldn't work with your game. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, the biggest cure was because in the original game you had to rewrite the original campaigns. So if you wanted to play a custom campaign, you had to rewrite it with custom. It was just a complicated mess. A lot of people probably already know how that worked. But the cure was generally just skip mission 7 and play mission 7 as the tutorial because, well, I'm probably not making a whole lot of sense. Anyway, here we are, mission 7. I don't believe I've ever actually finished this one. I only got it working once, and I never finished it. So, this one is new for me. Kind of. Our scouts have found a disused, that's not a word, a disused woodcutter village that thou canst inhabit. Iron ore hath also been spotted in the surrounding mountains. A company of rebels have sneaked past the enemy defenses to join us. Unfortunately, the rebels were not careful enough, and the Stadtholder's men have discovered their doing. They have put barricades, stopping further rebels from passing, and they shall do anything to keep them standing. Thy mission is to kill all the Stadtholder's dastardly troops so that the rebels can once more unite with thee. Okay, so nice. Thankfully, I don't have to destroy the buildings and their base and their serfs. I just have to... They're a different color this time, I think. But anyway, I just have to kill their troops, which is nice. It's the way it should be, in my humble opinion. Okay, so this is a deserted village. For some reason, deserted villages are always burning in the remake, or Knights and Merchants. I wonder why. Such a shame. But anyway, this is a woodcutter village, so we have lots of trees, lots of wood. So, what's the plan here? We have tons of gold. So we're not making gold this one? We are making gold. We have gold here. It's not very far, but we have tons of gold, so I'm assuming we don't have coal nearby, but we do, because the idea in this one is to make iron units, thankfully. We're going to put out the flames because I don't like my village on fire. Lots of stone also, but I'm going to go ahead and build... I'm going to build a farm first. And I don't actually want this woodcutter here. I really hope he goes here first, because I'm going to have him chop these trees down, and then I will delete him. Okay, so the coal's nearby, and the gold is nearby, presumably, but I don't think I can... Yeah. I can't even make a shortcut through here. Yeah. So... Oh, I can't even get to that gold. So that's just a fool's gold, I guess you could call it. Maybe there's more... somewhere else. I don't know. But anyway, maybe this is all the gold I get. It would make it very important to make iron units. And yes, he did go there, so I'm going to delete that, and then he'll go up here, and I'll just keep that woodcutter. So I want this space for farms. The briefing said to kill all the soldiers, but maybe that was just wording. Maybe I really do need to destroy the buildings. Okay. But we'll see. Once again, I wish I had a scout, so I could explore quicker. We have lots of food too. Well, maybe. It looks like we have a lot of food. Okay, so I don't know if we can actually make gold. We can't reach this gold as far as I can tell. Well, I know we can't reach it. There's no way. Yeah, because I do recall the enemy being right here. So unless we have to kill the enemy before we can, or at least partially kill him, before we can start making gold. But I wager this is all the gold we get. I was a betting man. We don't get a lot of stone either. I think this one will work, to be honest. But why push the envelope? Another nice thing about our starting food is we already have a vineyard at the beginning, so we're going to have a lot of wine being produced from the very beginning almost. I love this little. It's all in Old English. Our faithful ally will soon attempt to break the blockade. The enemy strength is far superior. And then at the end, it's all casual sounding. Anyway, we're going to need more soldiers if we're going to shatter this blockade. That's funny. Okay, so we can attack and lose all of our soldiers. Which means we don't have to feed our soldiers. And I'm all about not feeding my soldiers. I am all about not feeding my soldiers. And I assume they won't attack me until they replenish this blockade, at least in part. I'm gonna have plenty of wine, so I guess I can feed my soldiers. I'm assuming if I engage just a little bit, they'll go round up the rest of my troops. Because there is a defensive mechanic to make them aggressively kill everything if you engage them. Oh, they have knights. I'm not going to help much anyway. We'll send the militia in. I think they're attacking from the bottom too. Oh well. Hopefully we're far enough away where they'll leave us alone. If not, pity on us. Okay, we'll have 2 stonemasons. I know it looks strange, but that will work. But so will this one, and this one will cut that too, so I'm actually going to build it there. And I have him on cut only because I want to put another stonemason here. So, that's the plan. I don't know what's up here. There might be gold up there, so we'll look. I doubt it, but there might be. I thought I made a farmer. But apparently I didn't. So much for my quick farms. I really thought I made a farmer. I did. He went to the vineyard. What a shame. What a shame indeed. Okay, you'll cut everything but the one I want you to cut. That's okay. We'll make it work. Put another woodcutter there. Yep, no gold. More trees only. And as usual in this single player gameplay of mine, I'm forgetting to make more laborers. All right. The AI with their snake building. Oh well. Better to have an ally than no ally at all. Unless the objective is to keep that ally alive, then it's not. You know, he might not even be able to cut this because it might be on a unsuitable terrain. And if that's the case, I can just remove that tree. We'll see what happens. No, he was just waiting till the last tree. What a frustrating man. Okay. I don't need to build a woodcutter here, actually. I feel like I need to build woodcutters, but I really don't, because I have so much starting wood. It would be foolish of me to exaggerate wood production any further. In fact, it would almost be worth building a second school. I have such high food and starting resources, but I'm not about the second school life. I'm actually going to build a farm there. And he'll remove these trees with his fields. And then I can put my swine farms like this, and it'll work lovely. I love having my swine farms to the left of my corn farms, because then you can make these lovely roads that branch off, and it just looks really nice. And it works nice too. Okay, that didn't quite cut it. Actually, it's almost always best to build, if you're flattening something, build it to the right of the imperfection. So in this case, this tile here is unbuildable. Maybe it's this tile here. Anyway, it's one of these tiles. Anyway, building the road plan, or building plan to the right of it, I believe is the best way. Now, to get this looking all nice and lovely grid-like, I'll build 4 fields. Not because this is necessarily more efficient, but because it looks nice. And that is the most important. I say after just completing mission 5, where I had the very ugly base, but it worked. After it was done, it worked. Go, and that's nice and flat now. Don't need another stonemason. So I can only make 1 iron mine. So this is still going to be... I can make an iron mine here, but I'm not even going to count that. I can technically make an iron mine there, but... So I'm tempted to just skip it altogether, but It could be somewhat useful, at the very least. I'll make pikes out of it, I suppose. Or maybe expos. I can make expos out of it. I don't know yet, but I'm not going to make swords for sure. If I had realized I only had one iron mine, I would have built my only one iron spot available. I would have made my iron mine earlier and then stocked up some iron ore, which I can still do to some extent. I'm really inexperienced with having really high starting timber like this, so I don't really know when I should start making more woodcutters. But I'm going to do it after I build. Well, I really don't know. I'm going to build another woodcutter soon, I guess. Not there. I think I'll put my weapon production here. So I actually will need a woodcutter to clear these trees out. I built sawmill here, woodcutter. There, like that. And now I have him cut only. And when he's done cutting, I'll build another woodcutter. Or maybe I'll make it now, right here. Once this road is done, I'll make my swine farm, and by that time, it'll probably be ready for, my corn will probably be ready anyway. Suppose I could have this being repaired. I don't really need to worry about being frugal with my iron or my coal mines. I'm only going to need 3 or 4, probably 4. Okay, build that. By the time this is all dug up, these roads will already be finished. Alright. I could afford another swine farm, actually. Because as soon as this one's built, I'm going to want another one running shortly after that. Basically, I want my second swine farm running as soon as my second farm starts cutting. He'll have a little bit of inefficiencies, but I want him running quickly. However, my stones are doing fine. My wood production, or wood stocks, are still sky high. I'm gonna wait till this coal mine is completely built before I start milling my iron smithy. It's not going to work really well anyway. 1 iron mine is not enough for 1 iron smithy. So I'm probably going to store coal and iron. It's just not going to work really well. I hate having just 1 iron mine. Don't really know. I guess I can have wood production here. It'll work somewhat nicely, I guess. Yes. Only because I don't know what else to do with my time. Okay, the swine farm's done in just the nick of time. Don't really know what I'll put over there. We'll see. We'll see when the time comes. I want to put my tannery here and then these kind of buildings here, but we'll see exactly how that plays out. I want you on cut only. You are not cutting only. I want you gone. Coal mine there eventually. Two more of those and lots more of these. What am I missing? This animal breeder. I don't really know if it's true, but I like to have the farms plant away from where they're originally going to be cutting. That way, by the time, because they'll plant a lot more. So if a farmer can only work about 16 fields, he'll actually have more than 16 fields planted by the time he actually starts cutting. So if you can give him more, or you know, his neighbor's fields to plant first, that way by the time you build his neighbor here, his neighbor will have a lot of his work done already, and he can actually help cut and help keep this guy keep up with the 25 or so fields he started. I'm not doing a great job explaining it. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I guess if not, you can drop a comment, but it's not all that important, to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and get that tannery going. And wood is still totally fine. I don't even see it dropping very fast. And I'm still not going to worry about this iron smithy just yet. Just let the farm spam continue. Did I feed these guys? I did. Okay. I didn't want to feed them yet, but oh well. An old force of habit, I suppose. This building tree's gonna have to go, I know that. I won't mess up this time. Put them there. It's a good enough spot. I don't really know how that'll play out, but we'll do it like this, actually. Put that there just so I know I don't accidentally start building that tower. When or if this guy stops working. I don't think he will until all the stone is gone. I will build a butcher there. And I actually can harvest stone from over here. It might be smart to put a stonemason here in the near future so I don't accidentally run out of stones, because this won't last long. And it won't be long before this guy starts butchering his pigs. So I want this tannery done somewhat swiftly. The only reason I'm able to get my base running so quickly is I don't need to worry about gold or wood, which are the two most important things to get going early on in the game. Hopefully the enemy is aggressive to compensate for that, but I don't expect he will be. Which will be a shame. And look at that. I went ahead and built the tower anyway. Don't really want to do it that way, but maybe it's the best. For the best. And as I said before, I don't really need a whole lot of coal, but either way, I'm just gonna still build this guy a little to the side here, so I can fit 2 coal mines here if I ever want to. Just like that. Like this, actually. There. Then I'll put a coal mine here. I think I'm gonna build 4 coal mines. We'll see. And holy smokes, all of a sudden I have way more serfs than I need. I don't know where all that came from, but definitely an excess of serfs if I've ever seen one before. And here's where I feel like that stonemason may come in handy, but I don't think it'll be needed. And I can build that iron mine now. It's actually overdue by this point. I kind of forgot about it. Not iron mine, iron smithy. I'm gonna build a sawmill up here for anything to speed up delivery of timber over here. I don't know. And speaking of which, I'm gonna build a road here to help ease up congestion maybe a little in front of the storehouse. It could get pretty bad with all the gold and timber I have in here, and plus pigs and iron ore and coal. I would like to put a butcher here, but I can't. Now I have more than enough wood to go ahead and do this if I want, which I will. Which I won't, which I will. I really don't want my people only drinking wine, so yeah, I'll go ahead and build my butcher now. That wine will drop alarmingly fast, especially if I'm feeding soldiers, and people will go to the inn so often when they're only drinking wine that nothing will get done in my city. And that's not because they're drunk, it's because they're spending all their time walking to the inn, getting drunk. Okay, one way or another, I need another stonemason, so we'll go ahead and get on that. I'm gonna get a lot of leather jackets stored in my storehouse, but it's not a big deal. Do this as well. I might be able to get away with only storing a few things at first, and then I'm gonna store a couple jackets and then close it off, just to prevent these things from getting completely full, because I think it's gonna be a long time before my barracks finishes. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm predicting. And I have way more farms than I need, to be honest. Can block these off now. And I'll block timber as well. Okay, he is replenishing his soldiers slowly but surely. I think my barracks is gonna get done pretty soon, actually. Yep, all the wares are there, so no worries about my workshops getting full. Play it like this, why not? And then this can go here, why not? And actually we'll make a few swords but only for my knights. In fact, I might actually... That's what I'll do, I think. I'll only make knights with my iron production. I won't be expecting very many knights, but I'll make a few... maybe I'll make a few pikes too, but knights will be the general idea. Why not? I built a metallurgist. I shouldn't have, but... oh well. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Just an extra mouth to feed, really. A little bit more crowding around here. Build a couple of these, and I do need a school. Second school, for that matter. To be more specific. I don't really know where I'll put it. Here? Seems like a silly spot. Close to my school would be ideal. Did I make my core stonemason already? I did. Well, putting it here. This woodcutter is going to run out of space here, but more will be made. Now, I'm afraid the traffic up here is going to be a bit much, but traffic over here might increase more later on. And I can always make a road through here at some point. I think I meant to make a butcher when I made that metallurgist. They don't exactly look alike, but that's what we're going with. Okay, we're going to be short on coal, to be honest, so we're turning that down a bit. I believe 8 farms will supply. 4 pig farms and a stable? Ooh, only just. We'll turn this down a bit. Because this is, 4 pig farms requires 4 farms. No, 6 farms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then stable will run on 2 farms. So once these guys are all cutting their corn, and I'm confident that that it's running efficiently, I'll turn my stable on full blast. Actually, I'm just going to turn it on right now. I'm not exactly in need of, or short on pigs. Yeah, these both should be on really low. You need one more coal mine than everything that uses coal, so the fact that these are both built before these guys are running is not ideal, but whatever. We'll just do it. We'll even build this here, because I'm tired of it. Just 10. Some more woodcutters. You have a lot of woodcutters and not enough sawmills. Right? Well, we're working on that. Also need to work on more of these. And could use another sawmill down or a weapons workshop down here to capitalize on these, but it's not a big deal. Just build it there, no worries. Bring some trunks home, why not? In my opinion, this is how single-player maps should play out. You should be able to have your army running really quickly. Not all of them, but these build and destroy ones that are like this. In my opinion, it'd be nice if all games we were fighting at this point and building armies, but I am quite alone in that opinion. I don't like having to build a town for a whole hour. Seems a bit ridiculous. The single player is a nice break from 1 hour of building before you get any actual gameplay in, which is a shame. "50 serfs, working perfectly. It might stop working soon, but again, no gold production. Only 4 coal mines. 50 serfs should be enough. At least until my wooden weapon production is in full swing. That said, I'm tempted to build a road through here. Tempted as I am, and I will do it. Like this. 21 weapons. Well, for now, we'll make it like this. So we at least have the shortcuts. I'm thinking about building a building here, but might not be needed. A few more serfs. Keep everything moving. And I am gonna need more woodcutters eventually. And eventually can just mean now, for all intents and purposes of it. If this terrain wasn't so bumpy, it'd be a bit easier to plan where I'm going to build these. Here will work. I think I was going to put one there earlier, actually. Here will work. And here will work, actually. And I'm gonna put it here. Just kidding, I'll put it here. And then he'll have some trees to cut right away. Not that it matters so much that they cut right away when you're done building, but "53 serfs all of a sudden doesn't seem like enough. We have the food to support it, so we'll make more. For looks, I'm going to build roads here, but not yet. We're making plenty enough roads already. Can I build an inn here? Pardon my lack of commentary and sudden freezing of movements. I'm on the phone at the moment, sending some texts out. I'm texting is what I'm trying to say. Everything is just about done and finished. I don't like my base, to be honest. It's a bit wacky, but this mountain here and the swamp here is forcing me to really stretch it out. I'm gonna stop making shields for a bit. Increase my tannery count by 1. Another inefficiently placed tannery. I'm gonna put a armory workshop there, actually, because I'm lacking on those. Another one there. I want to build another one somewhere, but I don't need it. I mean, I probably won't need it. With all these really inefficient roads, can't fit anything. Waste of space in here and there and everywhere. But that's life. We will start making an army soon, but I'm gonna wait till my armory workshops are done so I have increased leather production. And look, they've made a whole 2 soldiers. I am so scared. Okay, the order is completed, but I'm not gonna make any additional weapons because this guy needs to catch up. And he'll run a lot slower when he's competing for all the iron that I'm so short on. Actually need a lot more woodcutters. Grand total of 3. Couldn't hurt to make another sawmill, but well, it could hurt. Could hurt the efficiency of everything. And by the efficiency, I mean it's just not needed. You never learn the game if you don't try new things and see where you're short on things. If you're always overproducing, you never learn how much you really need. So it's not always a good idea to say, well, just build another one to be safe, because, well, you can't always do that, right? For example, farms. I thought maybe 8 wouldn't be enough, but 8 is plenty, as you can see. These are like very efficient farms, though, I think. In my opinion, they're very efficient. I can make towers, but I'm not going to. don't really know when I'm gonna start making recruits. I did mention before that it's gonna be when these are done, and I think I will stick to that idea, to that agenda. Okay, I have 2 here. I know I have 1 more somewhere, right? Here it is. Okay. Just wanted to make sure he was making shields as well. I'm going to turn that back on. Am I? No, not yet. It's not quite needed. I want 1 more. And what I don't need is more stone. This one's gonna go, because I want this stone gone for whatever reason. Not that it's hurting me, or I will... Well, I could put another vineyard here, if I really wanted to. I'm gonna start making recruits, as you can see there. Or another butcher would be nice. Maybe I'll put another butcher here. I'll be on a long-term goals. For now, my surplus of wine is keeping my food in check. And why not? Give those serfs something to do. I still have extra iron in the storehouse. I could even make another iron smithy, but that's silly. I'd rather just have this work nicely and efficiently for now. And I'm gonna go ahead and 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put roads here too. And the road here. No, I can't really do much with that. Suppose I can do this. That'll help a little. Do that because it'll keep my stonemasons busy. And keep everything nice and congested and traffic terrible. We like terrible traffic, don't we? We do not. That's not true at all. But we're gonna give it to ourselves anyway. Oh, the horror, they're making more soldiers. I don't know, I'm gonna be able to withstand this guy. Wonder if that's the AI's first farm. I doubt it, but could be. Okay, we're making soldiers and it's getting late, so I'm actually gonna hit the sack, which is a terrible slang for saying going to bed here in America. Not sure if you're all familiar with the phrase. Give him something to do to remind me that he's when I start playing again, his order will finish and I'll remember that I'm doing it this way, just a few at a time. In fact, I'll go ahead and give him a whole nother workload. Alright, well, thank you for watching. We will pick this up again another time. Alright, let's continue playing Mission 7 in the New Lands. Alright, where were we last time? It's been a couple days, I think. This guy needs to work. We'll make him work. We have a very high wooden weapon production and very little iron production, if I recall. Which is a shame because I was excited for finally being able to make iron. So, very nice aspect of the game. Plus it puts us on slightly more even footing. And we're being attacked, actually. So, I think it's time to make some soldiers. Also time to make some recruits. Make some of those. We want to step back a bit because we don't want to be too close to their main army. Almost an hour in, we're finally being attacked for the first time, I feel like. First time for any of the missions. Other than the beginning attacks that get you. So these expos and whatnot are going to be a big problem. I'll break my knights up into 2 groups so they don't all get caught on the same guys. I hope this isn't too close. It is. But they're only sending range units after me, so it should be okay. Okay. I don't really know what to do here. I should have made bows here, actually. Might have been slightly better than lance carriers. That's not too bad. They have some pikes here, so I don't want to get my knights engaged on those. Okay. So they lost a lot of ranged units. I don't know how many more they have. I know they still have knights. But I'm gonna go ahead and attack them anyway. I have knights, so it can't be that. Can't go that badly. Lance carriers can kill knights, so this shouldn't be a hard fight. These lance carriers will kill my knights too, though. And I might get out of there in time. I did not. Oh, look at that. Got out. Very good. We'll turn off bow production for one of these places. Invincible crossbowman there. Yeah. Didn't get out of there in time. Sometimes that happens. Enemy soldiers don't want to go down. Da-da. They still have quite a few soldiers. I'm not going to be able to survive that. I think we're done here. Hard to say. It's close. This pike will probably end my day. Probably, possibly. Not at all, no problem. I'm actually enjoying these fights. They're actually feeling somewhat tactical. How many woodcutters have I lost? None. I don't have enough. Oh boy. I don't have enough soldiers to kill all these guys. This is kind of a lure. Kind of against my principle, but that's okay. I think bows are the best thing to make at this moment. I don't think I'll lose any knights. Knights are just too strong. No problem. I have 3 weapons workshops. I'll make 1 continue to make bows. The rest can focus on more. And these guys need to be making shields. I wasn't paying attention to that. We're just gonna have him infinitely making these. This will start slowing down a lot. And I don't think he has too many soldiers left. Perfect. Just gonna make one group out of these guys. And these guys. How's my gold looking? Plenty of gold left. They're very passive when it comes to defending, and I think it's because he doesn't want these guys to come into the quote-unquote defense of attacking units. It's always frustrating when they attack you and then they send their defenders to help as well. It's not generally how the scenarios are supposed to be designed. Alright, sweet. We're not scared of a little pony. Let's go see how our ally's doing. Be nice to finally see what he's up to. A whole lot of nothing. Okay, and all we had to do was kill all the enemy soldiers. We were a lot closer to winning that than I thought. I should have just finished the game I was playing the other day. I don't remember what mission 8 is, but we'll get to that another time.